Here comes a new challenger!
Hello there everyone, this one's going to be a more relaxed discussion video on something that bothered me earlier today, well, today when I'm recording this, and that is, Meister said in a tweet, "This is why you don't play solo Pyra. Just switch, bro, just switch!" You know, this is the same person who plays Game & Watch, and literally, no joke, in one clip, I don't know if I'll be able to find it, but it was against Epic Gabriel, back when his old Twitter was not suspended, but anyways, it was basically him just upping and down airing 3 times in a row when Epic Gabriel was literally nowhere near him, right?
Guys, I have good judgment based on everyone else's character choices, so, you know, I mean, I'm very good at the game, and I'm a top player.
Anyway, so, you know, really annoys me that some people say that, and obviously the person who was playing Pyra said in response, "The reason why I don't use Mithra is simple. It really is. I love Pyra. That's all. I don't care if I'm worsening my play. I don't want to press down B for the sole reason of I want to win, and I'm still getting results. Hey, you know they're getting results with solo Pyra, you know what I'm saying?" But anyways, and by the way, in the clip he showed, the Pyra, even if they did switch to Mithra, would not have been able to recover. Alright, so I hate this idea that Mithra is automatically just better than Pyra in terms of everything, so much so that even in a situation where neither character could recover, just switching to Mithra would still somehow be better. And also, if I recall correctly, Pyra has better vertical grab range when it comes to grabbing the ledge, but you know, I mean, obviously in the situation that was provided, that wasn't going to happen anyways. But still, I just wanted to make that perfectly clear that regardless of what would happen, switching to Mithra would do nothing. Alright, he should have chosen a better clip than what he did, but you know, it's Meister and he's a loser sometimes, actually all the time.
I'm the Avatar, and I've reached my Avatar state.
Anyway, so, but really this decided to make me, you know, I wanted to make this video of why would someone even play a character that's considered low tier? You know, this is merely a question, right? You could say it's a more extended question of the week, what I usually do, but this is something that I thought about deeply and I looked back. Now, if we're talking about players who just want to win, right, there are 2 main reasons why you would want to play a low tier or mid tier character instead of playing a high or top tier. And this applies to all games, not just Smash, you know. Generally, it's one of 2 reasons. Either A, you like how that character plays. Even if, say for instance, that character is just a worse version of another character, you still play that character because you just like how they feel, right? Yeah, Dan is essentially like a worse Ryu, like if you, obviously that's not entirely true, but when you sum it down to that, right, in the old alpha, you know, Street Fighter 4 days, you know, he's basically just like a worse Ryu, a worse Ken, like a worse Shoto, right? But, you know, the best part about playing a low tier is that not only do you play the character that you want to play, but the second reason is matchup experience. People won't know how to play against your character. Even if you have general knowledge about how to deal with a character, that may not work out for you at the end. You can't solely rely on word of mouth to win new games. You actually have to experience these matchups, whether you like to or not, because at the end of the day, it's one person will play that low tier character, and they will beat you and humiliate you, and you will get clipped and mocked for the rest of your life. Alright? Because you at one point said, "I don't need to practice against low tiers, I'm good as is." Alright? But those are the only real reasons why someone who isn't attached to a character would do it. But another reason would be attachment, and this is for players who don't really care about tiers, or don't even care about winning. They just care about playing the characters that they want to play. And that's really how it works, is that a lot of people will play a character that they find to enjoy, right? And one of the reasons is they have an attachment to that character. Fighting games often feature original fighters. Smash features characters from different video game franchises. However, when it comes to veterans and other fighting games, you will have an attachment when they show up in the new game. You would likely want to play them first, right? Say for instance, Street Fighter is a perfect example. When Street Fighter 3 was in development, apparently Ryu and Ken were not going to be in the game initially. But because of the playtesters got angry at Capcom for not including not even Ryu, right, the main character of 2, 1, Alpha, all that, Capcom added in Ryu and Ken. Later on, Akuma, and then thereafter Chun-Li, right? Because when it comes to veterans, when it comes to characters that we've played in previous games, we have an attachment to them. And because we have such an attachment to them, we want them to be in those future games because we love those characters, even if they are original characters for that franchise. And when it comes to Smash, obviously, if you have an attachment to a certain character, then you will end up loving that character and you will play that character even if they're bad, for instance, right? I don't play Xenoblade Chronicles 2 yet. I will eventually because of the series I work on, which is going through Smash history. However, what I've heard is that a lot of people just don't like Mythra's personality. A lot of people like Pyra though. And so obviously, the way I see it is, this Pyra main doesn't care about winning. They just care about playing the character that they have an attachment to. If me, for instance, as an example, I would play Ganon for a majority of the Smash games, right? I played him in Melee, played him in Brawl, played him in Smash 4 until Ryu came out, right? And in Smash 4, specifically, I tried playing Mega Man and Pac-Man, who, in themselves, were actually good characters. Weren't considered good at the time, but over time, they were considered much better and stronger characters. I mean, Pac-Man was still a gimmick, but it was still better than playing Ganon. But I couldn't play those characters. Even if I had a strong attachment, I couldn't just play with those characters, and I felt it would be a disservice to those characters. But I love Ganon, and I love how he plays. These two things, for me, made me the decision, gave me the choice of, you know, like the illusion of free choice, where it's like you have one side and the other side, they're two different options but lead to the same thing. That was basically me for Ganon. And I ended up playing Ganon. And then once Ryu came out, not only did I have that attachment to Street Fighter because it was part of my childhood, but I also had an attachment to Ryu because he was the character I mained in most Street Fighter games, and I just loved playing him in those games. So I'm like, I'm gonna play Ryu in this game, I'm gonna main Ryu, and I want to be better with Ryu. And guess what? He's one of my mains. All right, right now my favorite genre is fighting games, and I play all the fighting game characters in Smash: Ryu, Ken, Terry, and Min Min. Yes, she counts. But before all of this, I played low tiers. You know what I mean? Because I loved the character of Ganon, and I loved how he played. I played Ganon, and I still won. Obviously, I lost a lot, but I still won against people who played much better characters than me. At the end of the day, fighting games isn't just about picking the best character. Sometimes fighting games is just about playing the characters that you want to play and making them work. Characters that you have an attachment to. In Marvel vs. Capcom 2, I play, no joke, Ruby Heart, Mega Man, and Ryu. Those characters, none of them are top tier, none of them are high tier. Alright, they're gimmicky, all this sort of stuff. But if I played against a person who had Sentinel, alright, I don't know, who's another character? Iron Man, and I had Captain Commando assist, because, I mean, they want to have a handicap, but not really, because that assist is too strong. Alright, and I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna lose to a 3-2, alright? They're playing two characters, not even a 2 characters and a half, they're just playing 2 characters with an assist, and I'm playing 3 barely lacking characters, alright? Might as well be 1.5. Alright, Marvel 3, I only played Virgil, Ryu, and Zero. Or actually, sorry, at first that was my team, but then I'm like, man, Virgil, I mean, I love how he plays, but this Phoenix Wright guy, it's a lot more fun. And I like Phoenix. I mean, I don't play Ace Attorney all too often. but I do like his personality, and I loved how he played, and so I'm like, I'll play Zero, I'll play Ryu, and I'll play Phoenix Wright. 2 other characters, I traded a top tier for a low tier. You know why? Because I care about those characters, and for me, yes, there's a better version of those characters, right? Especially now in fighting games, there are massive rosters, all right? Big rosters. And there are going to be characters that play similarly. You can say that for like Dragon Ball FighterZ, for instance, how there are characters that will play similarly to another character, right? But typically, one is a better version of the other. So why would you play the worst version? Because you have an attachment to that character. And I feel that people who criticize someone on playing a worse version of a character, in my opinion, are kind of the most sad people out there, right? Because the only person you should be giving that advice to are people that don't have any attachment to a character and just want to win. In Third Strike, for instance, I play Ryu over Ken. Even though Ken is better, and they do have similar moves, not similar playstyle, but similar moves and such, I would easily be able to just learn Ken, transition from Ryu to Ken, and win games. But I play Ryu, and that's not to say Ryu sucks in Third Strike, he doesn't, but he's definitely not as good as Ken. And for a lot of people, if I wanted to win, for instance, they'd probably tell me to pick Ken. But for me, I just love Ryu. I love playing Ryu much more than I do playing Ken. I love Ryu as a character much more than I do Ken. And so I'll always pick Ryu over Ken. That's just me though. And you have your opinion as to why you choose the character that you play. Right? Makes sense? I hope that does. So as I said in the beginning of this video, this whole thing was just started up by Meister's dumb tweet, because at the end of the day, we shouldn't flame people for picking characters, right? Unless you're in it for the winning, if you want to win games, you want to get cash, prizes, all this sort of stuff from tournaments and stuff, you really want to win that badly, then pick a better version of your character that you're playing. But if you don't care too much about that and would rather much play the character that you love to play because of A or B reason, hey, I respect that just as much as what I said, before, right? Whether you want to win, whether you want to play the character you love, either or, it's great, right? That's the whole beauty of fighting games. With that being said, if you're the type of person who plays a character and complains about playing that character 24/7, yeah, I mean, you deserve to get made fun of. I'm sorry, all right? But if you take pride in your losses, then you're a true world warrior. If you enjoyed the content, stick around, subscribe, like the video, share, comment, and please, let's get to 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year, because my analytics say that X or Y reason. I don't even check my analytics that much, to be honest. But anyways, peace.
I'm coming through, partner, we can do this right. You're the fire, I'm the wind tonight. Burning dread, haha, that's right.